Very good morning, students. Welcome back to English session. Today, we are going to learn a very interesting story, and the title of the story is An Astrologer's Day by the great Indian story writer R.K. Narayana. Right? What do you mean by astrologer? I hope everyone knows about astrology, right? So, what is astrologer? Astrology, you know that study of the celestial bodies, right? And astrologer is you can say a foreteller who tells about the future, fortune teller, you can say. He connects your life to the celestial bodies, position of the celestial bodies like star, isn't it? The stars, yeah, like moon, right? And other celestial bodies. He connects your life and tells a lot about your future. And especially in the country like India, there are people who are very much orthodox or those who follow the superstitions. Many people believe, right, in so many superstitions. And the astrologers are the people who take advantage of such people and they fool them, right? Obviously, I do believe in the astrology, right? But do you think the people who are telling the future or who are predicting your future, are they all correct? There may be some people who are absolutely perfect, but 90% of the people are just fooling us. They are charging a lot of money from us and they fool us, right? So let me tell you about, let us brief about R.K. Narayana, who was born on 10th October 1906 and passed away on 13th May 2001. Shortened form for Rasipuram Krishna Swami Iyer Narayan Swami. His name is little bigger. So R.K. Narayana is a short form of Rasipuram Krishna Swami Iyer Narayan Swami. Is an Indian author whose works of fiction include a series of books about people and their interactions in an imagined town called Malgudi. If you read Malgudi Days, even on the TV also there is a serial Malgudi Days. So he has written a very famous book, Malgudi Days, right? And the Malgudi is an imaginary town he has created with his pen. He is credited with bringing Indian literature in English to the rest of the world and is regarded as one of the greatest novelists. He has acquainted Indian literature to the world, and obviously he is one of the greatest Indian writers in English. Narayan's works also include The Financial Expert. These are the names of his novels, hailed as one of the most original works of 1951. He lived in the pre-independence era and he has depicted the picture of typical India during those days. The Guide won Sahitya Academy Award, and there is a movie also, The Guide, in Hindi, right? So the Guide has won him Sahitya Academy, one of the greatest awards. In a writing career that sharpened over 60 years, Narayana received many awards and honors. These include the A.C. Benson Medal for the Royal Society of Literature and Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award. Padma Vibhushan. First one is, what is the first Indian award? Padma Bhushan, right? Then Padma Vibhushan. Sorry, Bharat Ratna is the greatest award, isn't it? In India, Bharat Ratna. So he was awarded Padma Vibhushan award for his literature. Such a great writer. His language is very simple and reaching to the children as well as to the adults. Let us study his present story, An Astrologer's Day, and this is a story of the astrologer, how he cheats the people, how he makes the people fool, and people are after all attracted to astrologers because They wanted to know, they are more interested in their future. You see, there are people who are more interested in their future, and they forget that their future depends in the labor of their hand, isn't it? That is what everyone must understand. Nobody can have a better future without hard work. So hard work has no substitute, my dear friends. So I rather suggest nobody should believe in their future, to know their future, right? Do not go to the fortune tellers, they will fool you, right? Your fortune lies in your hand, isn't it? Warm up activities there. Stars repel, they do not compel. What do you mean by repel? Put off, reject. Man is the maker of his own destiny. These are the, sayings, these are the proverbs. You find out the meaning of these proverbs, write them down and send me on my WhatsApp number, right? Write the meaning of the proverbs. So there is one note given: life brings about changes that are good changes that test us, or changes that leave us broken. Life surprises us with unexpected changes. Children, someone has rightly said, life is a garden, right, of sorrows and joys. Right? In life, there are sudden changes. We cannot predict the changes, we cannot even expect the changes. Some changes are very good, some are they leave a very sad, leave us broken. Some changes leave us broken, some changes help us to raise our standard, isn't it? So, in this story, see what happens. An astrologer's day, right? His day. The first paragraph. Punctually at midday, he opened his bag and spread out his professional equipment, which consisted of a dozen cowrie shells, a square piece of cloth with obscure mystic charts on it, a notebook, and a bundle of Palmyra writing. Children, this is the very, you can say, the old story of during R.K. Narayana observed the astrologers, and he has probably written this story based on his observations. It is a pre-independence era when there were no modern technologies like mobile phones and nothing. Today you can use your mobile phone to know your future also, right? Yeah. Then punctually punctually at midday, he opened his bag. Who opens his bag? This is astrologer. You see, these people are sitting by the roadside. They are hunting the customers. I'm using the word hunting, isn't it? Because hunting means searching. They are hunting for the customers, and when they see the customer, they recognize. By watching the person's face, they understand whether they can make fool of the person or not. Right? This is a skill, because unless they watch the face of the person, unless they read the face of the person, how can they tell? Right? But whatever they tell, that is not correct about that person, but they can recognize the person, whether he is a foolish, stupid kind of person or very smart. So they generally hunt for the stupid ones, foolish ones, because they will ultimately believe. So what is there in his bag? When he opens his bag on midday, exactly punctually, that is his right time, maybe 1 o'clock, right? He comes there and opens his bag. And what is there? A dozen of cowrie shells. Cowrie shells means you can see the shells from the sea, which are used, right? Especially by these people are having such type of shells. They spread them, right? A square piece of cloth that is required with obscure mystic charts on it. Obscure means not clear, mystic means spiritual. You see that there are some charts are there, some mantras are printed there, right? Mantra, dhana mantra, this mantra, that mantra, so many mantras are there, right? So the mantras picture is which is not clear because it has been used for many days or years, so many of the letters have gone, it's not clear. You can see, because it is being old, it is not clear. The charts are there, So the astrologer, what are his things? A notebook is there, a bundle of palmyra writing. Palmyra means what? Is writing on with the help of a palm tree, right? That palmyra writing is there. What does he write? He's drawing some boxes, is writing some numbers, and probably he will tell you about your future, whether you are going to get a job or whether you are going to get happiness in your life. So many things would be there, right? What is their costume? Will you go to the person who is wearing a tie, shirt, right? A suit, a formal one? No, you will not go to the person, but you will go to the person who is wearing a turban, right? Wearing a vermilion on his face, sacred ash, yes. So see, his forehead was resplendent. Resplendent means covered with, colored with. Write down all the new words. Resplendent means shining, coloring, full of colored with sacred ash. Sacred ash, you know that ash after burning the incense sticks, right? And vermilion is also, what do you mean by vermilion, children? Vermilion means a bright orange or red color. Orange and red color is put on the forehead. His forehead is completely colored with orange and red and white, and there are some lot of ashes stuck to his forehead, and his eyes sparkled with a sharp abnormal gleam. Gleam means shine. Gleam means shine. New words are there, which was really an outcome of a continual searching look for customers, but which his simple clients took to be prophetic light and felt comforted. Actually, his eyes are, sparking with shine because he is looking for his customer, but his foolish customers take them as spiritual eyes, take them as sacred eyes. His eyes are not sacred. He is a very common person like you and me. But what do people believe? The people believe that he is sannyasi, he is sadhu, he is a saint, he is a very noble person. Actually, he is not a noble person. He is a common man like you and me. But his eyes make the people believe that, because his eyes are colored, you can say, right? His forehead is colored, right? His total attire, his costume should make him look like astrologer, isn't it? You see the astrologers are there. But which is simple clients. Clients, what do you mean by clients, children? Client means the people who go to the astrologers, right? We are all clients who are going to the astrologers. We are called as clients. And he is looking for his customers, but which is simple clients took to be a prophetic light. Prophetic means spiritual or predictive, you can say that one, right? That tells about the future, fortune teller. The power of his eyes was considerably enhanced by their position, placed as they were between the painted forehead and the dark whiskers which streamed down his cheeks. Even half-wit's eyes would sparkle such a setting. Children, his eyes are in such a way decorated between his forehead and cheeks that the people are really surprised. They are really enchanted. They are mesmerized. They are attracted like bees when they look at the person. His whiskers means his mustache and his forehead. See, his eyes are just placed between his whiskers and his colored forehead. Just imagine, and a turban on his head. That all look, just you try to visualize how he's looking. And he is very powerful person for the clients. Actually, he is not at all, isn't it? And his eyes half wits. Wit means you can say fun. Yeah, is looking actually very funny, but for people he is like a god, isn't it? To crown the effect, he wound a saffron colored turban around his head. What color is there? Saffron color is very commonly used by the saints, sannyasis. So he is wearing a turban. Turban means, you know, that pagdi, right? Which is worn on the head. Turban, isn't it? Then this color scheme never failed, and this color scheme never failed means this is a color that attracts the people. Saffron color, you wear a saffron clothes and saffron turban, people will rush to you like anything, right? This is spirituality. Yeah. Children, then what happens next, right? People were attracted, right? Sorry, to crown the effect, he wound a saffron colored turban round his head. This color scheme never failed. People were attracted to him as bees are attracted to cosmos or dahlia stalks. Children, the author has compared the people with bees, how the bees are attracted to the flowers. In the same way, the people are attracted to the astrologer. Why they are attracted? Because they are much interested in their future and they believe that the astrologer is the only person who can relieve them from their troubles, which is not true at all, according to the author. Then what happens next? He sat under the boughs of a spreading tamarind tree which flanked a path running through the town hall park. Actually, there is a very narrow way, and the trees boughs are there. You know, everyone knows about the tamarind means a very sour tasted fruit trees there. Tamarind, you like the fruit tamarind, right? Yeah. So the tree has flanked. Flanked means the spread its branches in the way everywhere. The trees branches are spread and people are making their way through the branches and they have to come to the astrologer who is sitting under the tree. Why sitting under the tree? Because you can find such people, they protect themselves from the sun, burning sun you can say, and even they are sitting under the trees means they want to make them look like sannyasis, right? Those who are sitting under the tree. Probably these are the reasons, and people are just like running to him like the bees. It was a remarkable place in many ways. A surging crowd. Surging means rushing crowd. Write down the words. Surging means rushing. Right? It was a remarkable means very important place in many ways. Why? Because a surging crowd was always moving up and down this narrow road morning till night, and he has selected the place because this is a very crowdy road. You can see people, you see these astrologers will not sit in the very deserted road where people are not walking. They will prefer the places like marketplaces, or main roads, very important places, shopping centers, and all these peoples will be found wherever there are maximum number of people are there moving, isn't it? And it was always moving up and down this narrow road morning till night. A variety of traders and occupations was represented all along its way. And do you think, children, only the uneducated people go to the astrologer? Even the doctors, engineers, highly educated people also prefer to go to the astrologers because they believe in the astrology. They believe in their future. They believe in their good luck, right? So all occupations are there. Who are they? Medicine sellers are there. Medicine sellers means those who are selling medicines. Pharmacists maybe. Sellers of stolen hardware. Stolen hardware means you know that the hardwares which are stolen, they are selling them, right? And junk and magicians, and above all junk sellers are there, junk food. Magicians are also going to him, and above all an auctioneer, you know that auctioneer of cheap cloth, who created enough din all day to attract the whole town. Din means noise. Children, who is going to him? There are medicine sellers, sellers of stolen hardware and junk, right? Magicians, and above all an auctioneer. Auction, you know that auction means whenever the bank and other many companies, they have the auction for the forcibly taken things from their customers. Auction means You have to say the price, and whichever price goes to the highest, it will be sold to the highest price. That's auction, right? Then there was also a auctioneer of a cheap cloth who created all day din. Din means noise. Write down all the words. Din means noise to attract the whole town, right? And there are people, if you go to the marketplace, you will find the people who are shouting their wares, wares. Shouting their wares means they are shouting to sell their wares. Next to him in vociferousness means again it is noisy. Again it is noisy. A fancy name, sorry, vociferousness came a vendor of fried groundnut. Fried groundnut vendor is very funny. Who gave his ware a fancy name? Ware means his things, commodity. What name he gave? Every day is, you could say na, fried groundnuts, fried groundnuts. He could shout, but why is not shouting that? He is giving different name. But he calls Bombay ice cream one day, and on the next day Delhi almond, and on the other third day Raja's delicacy. See what are the names. And if you hear a different name, you will at least go to see what's exactly sold there. Bombay ice cream. Is it ice cream? He's selling the groundnut, and what is he calling the names? Bombay ice cream, Delhi almond, Raja's delicacies. These are the three names he has given. Bombay ice cream, Delhi almond, Raja's delicacy. These are the three names he has given to his groundnut. And so on and so forth, and people flocked to him. People flocked like honeybees, right? Making a crowd. A considerable portion of this crowd dallied before the astrologer. Dallied means wasting time. Remember, children, dally means just rambling, just roaming before the astrologer. Astrologer is very smart fellow, right? You will come to know that he is not using his own light there. He is using others. Who is shouting for his wares? Actually, the cloth seller is shouting, the groundnut seller is shouting, and the people are coming to buy the groundnut, but he is taking advantage of that crowd. And many of the people who see the astrologer, they would also visit him, they would also come to know their future, and they go to him, right? So astrologer is very smart, very cunning fellow who is taking advantage of others. The astrologer transacted his business by the light of the flare. Flare means that burning, right? Burning light, which crackled and smoked up above the groundnut heap. Children, he is using the light, burning light of that groundnut seller is there. He is burning the stove, you can say, or he is frying the groundnuts, right? That time the light will be emitted, and he is using that light. He is not having his own light. He is very smart. And he is transacting his daily business there. Half the enchantment of the place was due to the fact that it did not have the benefit of municipal lighting, right? It did not have the benefit of municipal lighting. There was no municipal lighting, my dear friends, and the people were enjoying. The sellers were selling their commodities. And many people have brought their own light, but this astrologer and some other people, they don't have their light. They are just using others' lights. Then municipal lighting was not there. The place was lit up by shop lights. There were many shops. These are small sellers, but there may be a big shops who are having their own lights, and they are sitting in front of the shops so that they don't have to worry about light, right? One or two had hissing gas lights. Hissing gas light means that is not working properly. Hissing like a snake means which is many a times which turns off. Hissing. You can understand why the author has used the word hissing gas light. Some had naked flares. Naked flares means they are bringing the you can say what you many a times in olden times the people were using bamboo and clothes, and they are burning the flames. You can understand what I mean to say. These are naked flares means without any protection. stuck on poles. That is a real typical picture of India in the pre-independence era. You can see, just imagine, there were no lights. Some were lit up by old cycle lamps. Some are using cycle lamps are used there, and one or two, like the astrologers managed without lights of their, and one or two sorry uh, sellers are there, right? Traders are there, you can say. Like the astrologer, they don't have their own light. It was a bewildering crisscross of light rays. Bewildering is surprising, shocking, confusing, right? Bewildering is confusing, is the correct word, is confusing. It's a very confusing, you can say. Why it is very confusing? Because lights are coming crisscross, different types of lights are used, right? And they are moving, isn't it? They are moving here and there. The lights are moving here and there. Bewildering crisscross of lights, isn't it? Okay. And moving shadows of the people. People are moving from the way, their shadows will obviously fall. So it was every time the shadows will be passing, right? Just imagine the picture. This suited the astrologer very well for the simple reason that he had not in the least intended to be an astrologer when he began life, and he knew no more of what was going to happen to others then he knew what was going to happen to himself. Actually, children, he never wanted to become an astrologer. The real story of his life you will study. Actually, he did not want to work in his field, because working in the agriculture requires, great stamina, great energy, and you have to work in the hot sun, in the rain, right? The weather, in all the weathers. So the people who don't want to do hard work, they prefer comfort zone. And astrology is astrologer's profession is a very comfortable, because you don't have to do anything, just you have to sell your words, and your words will be sold at high price. Is that correct? So he did not want to work hard in the field, so he chose this profession. He may be living in the nearby village and is coming to a city, right? These are the people you find mostly. They don't know about their future. What will they tell about others' future, right? He doesn't know about what's going to happen with the people, but he knows what's going to happen next minute, because he will earn money. That is what he knows about himself, but he does not know what's going to happen with the people. Let them die. He's not bothered about the people. He's just playing with the emotions of the people. And the foolish people, like stupid people, go to him, isn't it? To check their future. He was as much a stranger to the stars as were his innocent customers. Do you think he knows about the stars, about the celestial bodies? He doesn't know about any, moon, about anything. Rahu, Ketu, he doesn't know anything about the stars. He's like a stranger like his customers, right? Like his innocent customers. The word innocent indicates that his customers believe that he knows everything, and actually he doesn't know anything. Yet he said things which pleased and astonished everyone. That was more a matter of study, practice, and shrewd guesswork. Actually, how he could do these works? Shrewd means very cunning, right? It's very cunning. And guesswork, it is just like a guesswork, is a matter of great study of the people's nature, study of people's life, study of people's daily routine. If you know about the people, you can also become a good astrologer, because if you tell sweet things to the people will attract to you. If you tell the people you are going to die, your work will not be done, the people will not turn up to you. But a smart astrologer will always please the people by telling them, by giving them future promises that their life will be happy in the future. All the same, it was as and much an honest man's labor as any other, and he deserved the wages he carried home at the end of the day. And what does he deserve? He deserves the wages. Wages means the people who earn the money. by working very hard. That is called as wages. And he carries all the wages of the people. How cruel he is, how dishonest he is. Just imagine. Children cheating the people is not good. He is carrying all the wages of the people. People are working throughout the day in the farm, in the factory, and these poor people in the evening they spend their money on this shrewd, cunning astrologer. This is all about astrologer, right? I am not pointing any astrologer. This what is mentioned in the text. I am just elaborating it, right? I am not against any astrologer. Thank you for watching the video. Good luck.